Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle, just in case you didn't know, now you do. And today I'm going to talk to you about a bunch of things that are totally awesome, insert sarcasm here, about being fat when you have to go back to school. Now, I'm not going back to school this year. I am 31 years old, and to be honest, while I love school and I love learning things more than I love school, I just don't have any desire to go back into a classroom where I experience a lot of these things, but also all of the student debt that you incur. I'm over that. So I'm just gonna list off a few things that I found interesting about being fat when you're in school. So if you hadn't kind of grasped it from that, this is meant to be funny and sort of poke fun at what it's like to be fat as a fat person experiencing these things. So if you have any struggles that I've missed, put them in the description box because we can all kind of commiserate together. We've all experienced these things at least once in our life. Alright, let's get into it. My number one best thing about being fat and going back to school is desks attached to the fucking chair. Sorry. I shouldn't swear. But whoever thought that was a good idea? I'm sorry, but even if you're tall, that's a problem because you then have to wedge your body down underneath the desk. It's just ridiculous. I know a lot of schools phase this out, but if like your high school or your college has not sort of got with it and phased that type of furniture out, then, you know, I am really sorry because that is not a fun experience. As well, like those seats in like huge lecture halls that have the little like fold down desks on the side that are about the size of this notebook, like it just goes and you're supposed to balance a whole notebook or a computer on it to type. Well, that shit is not fitting when my fat comes into play. So yeah, that's fun. You know that number one thing we're all thinking and we all want to do as soon as, you know, it comes back to school time? We want to find the best outfit to just set off the whole school year of like, we're the best dressed people and we look so cool when we know we're going to show up the next day in pajamas. Well, that's pretty hard as a fat person. Not gonna lie, you always want to look the trendiest and the best. But it becomes really difficult when you only have a couple stores to shop from and they're about 5 years behind in the trends. Oh yeah, another super fun thing that is awesome when you're fat and going back to school, finding a backpack. You wouldn't think this is like a thing, but sometimes those like really nice, cute backpacks that are a little on the smaller side, they always have really short straps. And then when you're trying to put it on, it's kind of like you can't like put your arms all the way down. Anyway, short straps on a backpack just should never be made. But I mean, I understand they're maybe meant for children, but like when you're a fat person, your body is the size of an adult as a kid. So anyway, this is something I haven't experienced a whole lot of, but I do see it because I live in a university town. We have a university and we have a college. If you're American, basically like a university is like a big school, like you would call college if you're American. A college is basically like technical school to Americans, I think, maybe. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't understand your schooling system at all, even though it's pretty similar. But when you're walking across a university campus, like classes could be 20-minute walks apart from each other, and it's not even just the act of walking because that's totally fine. It's all the people in between who just stare at you like you're some sort of like science experiment. That's totally awesome when you're a fat person. I mean, I'm sure other people get stared at, girls in short skirts, dudes without their shirts on, I don't know, whatever other types of people, but people will like actually say things to you, and it's worse than being catcalled because you're not even like, you're being catcalled for being unworthy in someone's eyes. That's totally awesome. If you go to school in a building that is like old and historic, like, I don't know, like old stone buildings and things like that where they kind of retrofitted everything into the smaller spaces, you will understand this one. Tiny bathroom stalls in schools. So whether you're still in grade school, which I highly doubt you're watching this video because that's not the demographic my channel skews to, but when you're in college, when you're maybe returning back to school after being away for a while, and you have to go to the washroom, the tiny bathroom stalls that are only as wide as your butt, and God forbid you have your period and have to change a tampon and need room to move down there, then you have to use the handicap stall because otherwise there's no way you can even get your legs apart to find the tampon string. Sorry if that's a little graphic, but too bad, so sad. But the thing is that those stalls are so small and they're made for smaller people, or they're crammed into a space that is not meant to have a washroom in it and they've just fit it in there. And I get that, just so they can get the certain number of bathroom stalls that they legally need. It's a trial and a half, that's for sure. This one is for all those not so confident eaters. So I never really experienced an issue with this. I've never had an issue eating in front of others. I've only ever had an issue when friends have pointed out that they're uncomfortable with it, and really it's more their problem than my problem. So, and this would be eating in the cafeteria with your group of friends or by yourself. You do you, whatever you want to do. But eating in front of people can be really hard, especially as a fat person, because you know in the back of your head people are judging you, even though like maybe nobody's looking at you at all, but you can just feel it, and it's a lot of fun when you're just trying to sit down and eat your meal. Maybe you haven't eaten for several hours and you actually do need to eat. Like, sorry, hate to break it to you guys, but like, even as a fat person, no matter how much fat is on my body, I still need to eat food. My body just can't survive off of itself. That's not how it works. So it's a ton of fun, pun intended, to eat in a cafeteria when you sort of feel like everyone is staring at you. It's a blast. Yeah, it really is. Now, this is something I've never experienced before. Because I did stay in the dorms when I was at school, but we had double beds and we had our own rooms, so I didn't have to share a room with a person. That was just the whole style of the dorms, so like it wasn't an issue. It was really expensive, but but single size beds and sharing a room with another person you don't know. So single size beds already, like, it's narrow, hopefully it's like an extra long one at least, but yeah, that's a whole nightmare as it is. Like, I would just roll out of it accidentally because I'm so used to sleeping in a queen size bed. But then a single size bed is quite demeaning because it's small, it's not very sturdy or strong, so you already feel like you're going to break it before you've even sat on it, and it's pretty much the only furniture in the room besides a desk and a chair, and so you have to sit on it all the time, so it wears out even faster. And yeah, I would not want to experience that. Add on top of that someone you don't know being your roommate, and you don't know their thinking, you don't know if they are going to be a judgy biatch, or if they're going to be a nice supportive person who wants to be your friend. Who knows? You don't know. And now suddenly you probably need to get changed in front of them. And if you're not overly confident, it can be a real struggle, I'm sure. I'm really happy I never had to experience this though, because I, in college, was so not confident, and I was barely 18 and going off to live on my own in a huge city that I didn't know really well. It was really hard. But again, I sort of figured it out on my own. So I'm sure it wouldn't be a super fun experience, but hopefully if you're going back to school, you know, end up with a good roommate, or you have a great experience, or you can make it a great experience for you, because it's not up to the people around you to make you have fun and to help you do that. It's up to you to make your own fun. That is something my mom has always taught me, actually, is I used to sort of say, oh, well, nobody invited me anywhere, nobody wants to do this with me. You know, I have always sort of felt left out of places, and so my mom would say to me all the time, it's not up to other people to make your fun, it's up to you to make your fun, and when you're enjoying yourself, then other people will want to hang out with you. And I found that the more confident I am and the more I'm enjoying myself, the more people want to come into my orbit and hang out with me and join in the things I'm doing. So just a little bit of advice for going back to school. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys coming back time and time again. For the month of August, I'm trying out a new schedule where I post on Wednesdays and Sundays. So let me know in the comments if you like this, getting more videos, double the videos. How awesome is that? And if you guys have any comments, nice ones please, put them in the comments down below, and I answer them back for the first 24 hours. And if you want to go ahead and subscribe, do that, like it, share it, do all the things. And I guess that's it for now. You can subscribe by clicking the little button thing. There's videos on the screen. And just in case you didn't know, because I'm not sure a lot of people do, this channel's grown pretty quickly, I do have a Patreon account, and it's totally up to you whether or not you want to support it or not. I do try and release videos early, so it's up to you on whether or not you want to support, what level you want to support, but go check it out. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye!